spoiler free. I know this may be a little obvious, but I don't want people coming into this my thoughts on thinking I'm going to spoil the film. If you think I'm going to do that, you're wrong. I might accidentally almost do it, since I do tend to forget, but this time I will try. Alright? Because this is Infinity War. This is the film that everyone's been waiting for. And here we are. Whew. 3 Avengers movies and I think 19 in total. 19 Marvel movies. Wow. Incredible. Hello boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Clint Zoka, and welcome to another My Thoughts On. Today I will be talking about the highly anticipated Marvel film. Okay, maybe one of the, but this is one that a lot of people have been looking forward to. And that is Avengers Infinity War, the third, and I presume not last Avengers film, because 1, money, 2, they're gonna make more. But anyways, so what's going on in this film? Well, Thanos has almost got all the Infinity Stones. He just needs a couple more so he can rule the Earth, and our heroes have to team together to stop him, including the Guardians, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, Iron Man. There's a couple others as well, but wow. Even for a short plot that doesn't sound like much, there is so much going on in this film. It's not like Star Wars, The Last Jedi, confusing, complicated, unneeded. Everything in this film is all connected to defeating Thanos and trying to find him and stop him from getting these objects that help him become more powerful. I won't say what happens or who's with who. Well, apart from you've seen it in the trailer, probably. You see Captain America. You see Black Panther there as well. Black Widow. Thor's with the Guardians. It's in the trailer. You've probably seen it, but I will dare not spoil anything because execution-wise, I know Marvel's been doing pretty well with this, but I think they're at their best here. Not only do they keep going and going, but it's surprisingly heartfelt. Like, there are characters you really, really care more about in this film. Even though the more I think about it, I think this film might be another this is another Thor movie, another Guardians of the Galaxy or Iron Man. Technically, this is just, I would just call it Avengers Planet Wars or something, or Hero Wars, because there are so many heroes in this film, technically characters, but whatever, and they all work off each other just great, and they execute the plot in the best way possible. You do go back to these characters and what they're doing, and I think some of them are having more screen time than others. Sorry, but it doesn't feel choppy. It doesn't feel disconnected. Everything they're doing is connected to one plot, and you rarely see that in the film. In an animated film or whatever, you'll see characters go to a location, they go wander off and just do things that are not connected to the main plot, apart from a couple of others. Or sometimes not at all. This movie, all of them are pretty much all about just trying to find Thanos and, help each other out trying to find the Infinity Stones or protect them, because some of them do actually have the elements of the Infinity Stone. I will not spoil who, but I know one of them is pretty obvious, but anyways. So now with Marvel, the comedy in this movie is very strong. Everyone works off each other. It doesn't feel out of place. It feels just right. Okay, mostly just right. While the comedy in the film is very strong, I'll admit that it does get a little too heavily handed in comedy. Yes, most of the scenes are very funny, but sometimes there are scenes where they would fight with comedy while doing comedy when people or other heroes are injured. It feels a little unneeded. It's more like a you, you didn't really need to do that. There's some references here and there. They do reference a couple of things, maybe a couple of jokes as well that do land, and it does work with most audiences. At least the ones I saw it with, they were having a blast. And then you get a couple of backstories from these characters, a couple, and they get very interesting. I'll get more into that with the characters, and again, I will not spoil anything, but you know, while it may not be like the most original plot, since in a way it's kind of predictable. But with the right writing, the good characters, working off each other, the good comedy, the good structure, I think it all comes together quite nicely. Visuals and CGI. While it may not be the most nicest looking Marvel film, I'll give it that it's the most colourful looking one. Okay, maybe like third colourful. You still got Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 and 4 Ragnarok. Let's not forget that. But the CGI on all these characters that have CGI, anyways, is still strong. I mean, Raccoon looks great, so does Groot. Who else? Who else? Who else? Fucking Hulk. Some of the monsters in the film, the enemies. Excuse me. Just trying to think who else. I think Mantis as well. The children of Thanos, and especially Thanos himself, who looks, well, not like really realistic, but he's CGI is actually quite impressive looking. The backgrounds look beautiful, they look atmospheric, it takes you into a different world than just mostly New York. But I heard the film was recorded from a IMAX ratio, which pretty much shows, since the film is going to be an IMAX, and I think it already is, but still, it looks very, very impressive, and it may not be like the most impressive filmmaking I've seen all year. I mean, Isle of Dogs takes that hard. But this movie, it definitely has that. It's not like groundbreaking, but it's still good. The makeup's pretty great and all on the on our heroes, especially with Gamora. Who else? Oh, has good makeup. Trying to think. Gamora. I think Doctor Strange has a couple. No, wait, no, not Doctor Strange. I was just thinking of someone else there. No, I think it is just, or maybe Nebula. Or was that CGI? I think that might be CGI, but I could be wrong. But yeah, even with just, and please do not quote me on this because I really do not know. One character that has makeup, the rest can be CGI. Well, the characters that look like CGI, anyways. And then you got the backgrounds and the locations and the fighting scenes. They all seem to work just how you expect from Marvel. I mean, it's still amazing, but what do you expect? Don't worry, I'm not going to give this a bad rating. The CGI is very impressive. The makeup's pretty great. Thanos looks amazing. The backgrounds look colourful. They look like you're in a different world. The fight scenes are engaging. It looks interesting. It's just what you need from Marvel. Characters and acting. What? Holy moly. There is so many characters in this film. And no, I would not be talking about every single one of them because I think I'll be here for about, about maybe an hour or so. I'll talk about the ones that I like or the ones that have bigger roles than they have But let's talk about the one that I think definitely deserves a mention. Thanos, played by Josh Brolin. Wow. Not only is he better than he was in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and Age of Ultron, but he's a fully fleshed out villain. Him, Adrian Toomes, or Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming, and recently Warmonger from Black Panther, and Loki technically, Ultron maybe as well. With them and Thanos, he might be I'm trying to say, like those villains I mentioned, and Loki, Thanos is a very fleshed out, in a way, believable, menacing, threatening villain I've seen in the universe. Heck, maybe even ever. He's probably on par with the Joker from The Dark Knight. I mean, he's not like really, really evil in a sense. You know, he's he's just a big, threatening, very well crafted bad guy that's still, there's still a bit of a humanity side to him that I'm not sure if you know this, but he hired Gamora and her sister Nebula to hunt down the Guardians in the first film, but there's actually a very strong relationship with him and Gamora. I probably shouldn't spoil it, but I'm not sure if this was in Guardians of the Galaxy, but I probably won't spoil it here since I clearly don't remember that much. But him and Gamora's relationship is, whew, I did not see that coming. And in the fight scenes involving him, it gets really interesting, really engaging. And I know this is all cliched and like more warmonger, but what people are saying about Thanos is true. My next favourite is Gamora from the Guardians of the Galaxy group. First film and second film, I thought she was just the one character female that doesn't get the jerk, always serious, but she does get better now and then. And her relationship with Peter Quill is pretty cute. Here, I care about her so much more than any other two. Not to say I haven't, but this movie takes a turn for the worst. Did I mention this movie's really dark as well? What do you expect from this? Again, her relationship with Thanos is very interesting and quite unexpected too. Next, so good to see Spider-Man again. He's probably one of my 5 favourite characters in the universe, along with Black Panther, Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, and I think Thor might be next, probably. I don't know, but it's good to see Spider-Man back. He still has his comedic side, but it still works. It's still very good. He's still very energetic, and he still feels like Spider-Man. The Guardians are the Guardians themselves. Peter Quill's still fun, and you still relate to him. Rocket's still funny. Groot is really funny, even though I wish he did more in the film, but I still found him funny. Drax is hilarious, and he's still a lovable. Well, I wouldn't say a lovable dumb person, but sorry. I say he's about smart. I say he was a very well-developed character in the first one, but the second one I thought he was more of a comic relief. But he still is very funny. Mantis is great, as usual. Nebula is there for reasons I will not say, because spoilers. Who else? Sadly, no Ant-Man or Hawkeye for some reason. Doctor Strange is in here. He does have a point to the film. Again, I won't spoil it, even if I don't remember as in the other film, Doctor Strange's film, but again, I just won't. I won't reveal too much. But he has a good point to he does play a big part in the film to help save the universe from Thanos. Tony Stark, he's Tony Stark. Thor, I thought was very, very good, even though I thought he was a lot better in Thor Ragnarok than in here because he's just the same. Bruce Banner is a very mostly fleshed out and quite helpful character, and then he was helpful in Age of Ultron and for Ragnarok as well. But here, I thought he did a lot more than I remembered, especially now that he's not doing as much Hulk as you imagined. Captain America is, I think Captain America's good as well. Again, these characters, while they do a lot, they don't. Well, most of them do a lot, but some of them don't do as much. Same with Black Widow, Scarlet Witch does have a little bit of depth, kind of character development with Vision, like in I think Age of Ultron, but I know it's in Civil War as well. So yeah. Who else? Black Panther's in here. Sadly, he's not in the film that much until the third act. But he still has some great lines as well, along with his sister, his god. The children of Thanos are basically like the Koopalings from Mario, except more threatening. I'm just trying to think who else. I think that is about... Oh no, wait, Sam the Falcon is still himself. He still helps out in the film. War Machine is also there to help out as well. Basically, while some of these characters do have character development and their depth does get a little more interesting, I suppose, some of them just help out or just stay in the background in case they are needed. I think the ones who are fleshed out a little more is Iron Man, Doctor Strange, definitely Gamora, I think for Peter Quill, actually no, not Peter Quill. I guess Steve Rogers, Thanos. I think that's about it. You can quote me on this if you want, but that's all I remember who's got the most character development, I suppose. But I could be wrong. The acting for everyone is on point. Josh Brolin is brilliant as Thanos. Iron Man is... Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. What do you expect? Chris Hemsworth is still amazing as Thor. Chris Evans is good as Captain America. Mark Ruffalo's having a blast with the Hulk. Tom Holland is still a fantastic Spider-Man. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I do not need to see anything else because he is amazing. And there's actually a cameo in this film that involves the Rocket, who's voiced very well by Bradley Cooper. Groot, voiced very well by Vin Diesel and Thor. And he's played by a very well-known midget or small actor who was in Game of Thrones. If you know which character I'm talking about, then you'll know. I don't want to spoil it because it will be a surprise. But he was great. Scarlett Johansson is great as always. Who else? Chadwick Boseman is a pretty great Black Panther, and everyone else just puts in their hard work. They put in all sorts of effort. They don't half-arse it. They do have good comedic timing, and they're very, very, very talented. So that was Infinity War. It's not the best, honestly. Although I do think, without spoiling anything, I think the ending might be a little mixed. But knowing Marvel, they're going to make money anyways with Infinity War and hopefully with Ant-Man the Wasp, which I'm looking forward to. But the more I think about it, Yeah, I guess leave it like that. I mean, it's not like a part one. It's just called Infinity War. You know there's going to be more. You know, without spoiling anything, you know what's going to happen. Probably there could be more surprises in the next film. So there we go. So Infinity War, not the best, but it's close to being on the top five. If I see it again, I might consider it top five. With a fantastic executed story, great effects, visually looks nice, and the CGI is surprisingly still improving. Great characters with a fantastic villain and wonderful acting. Of course, if you love Marvel, you'll go see it anyways. If you're looking for a really fun movie without any drama or any darkness to it, you'll find the comedy here, but this movie is sad and very dark. If you can get through them fine, you'll manage. So I will give this film. I was going to give it 8.9, but now the more I thought about it, I'll give it a 9.9, just to be on the safe side. So next, it will be most likely Deadpool 2, but just because I just want to do it for a laugh. Sherlock Gnomes, and I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you review that film already? It's because it's terrible. I have not reviewed the film yet because it's not out in the UK yet. When it is, which for some reason when I saw Infinity War, it actually has an early screening next week, so I may see it then. But for now, do go and see Infinity War. It is a very, very good film. Not quite the best of this year, but it's still very, very enjoyable. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, bye for now.